What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to start off today's video with a quick apology about the gameplay you're about to see. This gameplay normally does not meet the standards that I like to release alongside a commentary. However, I believe that this gameplay highlights some of the problems that persist within Modern Warfare 2's map design and some of the problems that I experience when I play Modern Warfare 2 day to day. So, yes, I die a lot. Yes, I don't get a lot of kills, but I hope you guys can enjoy the commentary for what it is, which is more of an example of the issues that I have when I play this game match to match. Now, I want to take away the focus from the gameplay for a second and put the focus on Season 3. Because Season 3 dropped a couple days ago, and the community had an opportunity to play all this new content that I personally was optimistic about a week ago. And who could have predicted? It falls short. The content here falls short because they didn't do anything to fix the problems that are surrounding this game, that are at the core of this game. And you can add as much content as you want to this game, but if you don't fix the core issues, none of it is going to be able to fix the main problems, right? You can add as much content into this game. You could add every map that was in Modern Warfare 2009, and this game would still suffer from the same problems that it suffered from before, because the maps only cover up one issue, which is the content side of things. And while I do believe the game is finally in a release state, I just don't think that they've done anything to address the core problems that are plaguing this game. And until they do that, they can add as much content as they want. It's just not going to make the game any better. And that's the problem here with these maps, is that these maps might be fine in a vacuum, but when you put them in this game, they don't work. These maps are awful. And I'm sorry, they tried to capture the essence of a state here, and they've missed the mark. They missed what made a state great, what made this cabin great, and they've just completely fumbled the ball. And it's the same thing with Black Cell, which is another map that they've brought in that, again, does not work. These maps are awful, and it goes back to the core gameplay mechanics that Modern Warfare 2 has. The movement in this game sucks. You saw it earlier in my gameplay. Mantling in this game is a chore. Trying to go over small objects is a chore. There are a lot of problems with the movement in this game. It's not fluid. It's not smooth. It's very janky. These are problems that persist game to game. The connections are still a huge problem. You'll notice in this gameplay, there's times where my frames just drop out of the blue. I do not have a weak PC. My PC runs other games very well. It cannot run Modern Warfare 2 well for the life of me. Cannot figure out why. I can reduce the settings all I want. I can do whatever I want. It does not make performance better. And it blows my mind. I can run everything else on any other game I want to play at full spec and not have these issues, but in Modern Warfare 2, I run into these issues. And it is extremely, excruciatingly painful. But that's the world we live in now. We live in an era of Call of Duty where the developers refuse to fix the core problems that plague their games. And they've done nothing here in Season 3. I thought that Season 3 was going to be a step in the right direction. I thought they were going to start addressing issues that plague this game, but unfortunately they just don't do it. And this map again highlights a lot of the problems that this game has. Ambient sounds. I'm sorry, can we get rid of a lot of how loud the sounds are and just how many different sounds there are? Like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing the ambient sounds. I will be honest with you. They do not add anything. If anything, they are just more frustration. The footsteps need to be dialed down to like 10 at this point, or just make dead silence a flippin' perk. I'm sick and tired of listening to footsteps and trying to deal with whether or not they're teammates or enemies or whatever it might be. It is such a dumb mechanic, and I'm sorry. It does not help anyone out. It makes the game so much less enjoyable. And the funny thing is normally we'd be complaining about skill-based matchmaking, and yeah, it's in this game, and yes, it's frustrating to deal with, but at the end of the day, it's not even the biggest problem that this game faces. It's like number 10 on the list. And again, we've been promised that lobbies will no longer disband. Guess what? They still disband, so getting into lobbies takes a lot of time. Oh, and guess what, guys? They didn't add cranked into quick play. Nope, you can only select it as a special game mode. So why do we have quick play then if we can't select our favorite game modes in there? Because again, they don't have grind in there still. You can only play that in mosh pit playlists. Like, I don't know what the guys in Infinity Ward do all day, but it's not optimizing their games. They still haven't fixed the UI. Remember when they promised that? They promised that back in like November. Still, nothing's been done about it. They are hoping that we all forget. And it just goes to show you guys, all of the money that you invest, all the people that came on my Black Cell video and said, I'm going to buy just because of you, you're wasting your money. You're throwing your money into the trash because none of that money is getting reinvested into the game. None of that money is going towards making the game better. All it's doing is allowing some nitwit that sits on some board to get more money and to buy that third house, to buy that third boat. And you're actively allowing that to happen instead of a game franchise that should be better than this actually prospering. Because if we demanded more from our game developers, there would be more in these games. But unfortunately, too many people flock to go buy battle passes and flock to go spend extra money on cosmetics. And it just allows them to look at their metrics and say, well, we're making money the way that we do it, so we don't need to improve our practices. And Season 3 is just another perfect example of it. This game at this point in time is unplayable. And until they make core changes to everything we've talked about all year long, I don't know how much longer I can play it. I might go back and play some classic Call of Duty games that actually are enjoyable to play, games like Black Ops 2, maybe some Modern Warfare 2 from 2009. Maybe I'll go find some PC servers that I can play COD 4 on. I don't really know what my plan is, but I know that it's not playing this game for the next 6 months until the next Call of Duty releases. At this point in time, I doubt I'll even buy the next Call of Duty title unless they do something to actually blow me away. But at this point in time, I just don't think they're going to be able to stick the landing. I think they're going to try to promise the world, but again, under-deliver because they're incapable of actually living up to any expectations the community has. Their standards are so subpar that I think you could do anything and amaze them at this point in time. And this community, unfortunately, has high standards, and I think we should. And I think we should uphold our high standards. And that's where I'm at. Season 3 is a disaster. That's what I'm going to say. It is the exact same issues that we've talked about for months, and none of it has been fixed. None of it has been addressed. None of it has been made better. The overall player experience in Season 3 is the same that it's been for the last 6 months, which is abhorrent, unacceptable, and subpar. And until we get actual fixes to the main core problems to Modern Warfare 2, the game will persist the way it has been, which is at a suboptimal level and at a level that is unacceptable with our current climate of video games. It's a joke. Infinity Ward's a joke, Activision's a joke, and this whole game as a whole is a joke. It is a disappointment, and I'm frustrated beyond belief that this is where we're at in the Call of Duty community, and this is where we're at in the Call of Duty life cycle. And unfortunately, until major changes are present within both Activision, Infinity Ward, and all the other developers under the Activision banner, we won't see change in Call of Duty. I know I'm going on a bit of a rant right now, but I'm just seeing where the stream of consciousness takes me. Because I'm going to be real for a second, you guys. I love this franchise so damn much. I have so many fond memories playing this franchise, and I'm really frustrated that I am going to lose that. That I am at the point where I don't want to play this series anymore. I'm at the point where nothing they do will meet my expectations. Nothing they do will make me excited to play it. The fact that I have to go back and play older games to get any type of Call of Duty fix is disappointing. The only way I can get a Halo fix these days is to go play Halo 3. A game that came out in 2007. It's 16 fucking years later. And the only way I can go and play a different and get that experience is by playing a game 16 years old, because the developers of today have no competency whatsoever. And it's the same thing with Call of Duty. The best recent game that I can think of is Black Ops 3, and that released in 2015. That game's 8 years old. And Call of Duty is in such a desolate place right now, and it is down so bad, and I don't know how it returns. Again, all it would take is some honest to goodness self-reflection from anybody at Activision and Infinity Ward, but it won't happen. And that's what makes this so frustrating, is they continue to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. And it's a very visible here in their map design with the new maps in Modern Warfare 2 in Season 3. And it's very apparent throughout this game. They refuse to learn from their mistakes, and they refuse to reflect and grow as a developer and a publisher. And until they do, they're going to continue to see player numbers dwindle and people not caring about their games. Do you want to know what the common feedback is for Season 3? It fucking sucks. Do you want to know what other common feedback there is? The intervention isn't the fucking intervention from Modern Warfare 2, 2009. That's the common feedback, guys. They fucked up the intervention. How do you do that? That's so easy. Cut and fucking paste it. And I know I'm getting derogatory right now with my language, but I'm sorry. It does not take a fucking genius to figure out how to port the intervention from Modern Warfare 2 into this game. You have the technology. The game released 14 fucking years ago. Somebody there, I'm sure, can figure it out. And they just continue to not. They continue to ignore the big issues in this game, and they continue to let the community down at every turn. And if you're somebody that's part of this community and you're totally fine getting let down time and time and time again, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm sick of it, and Season 3 is just another step in the wrong direction, and it's another step in the direction of future failure for Call of Duty. And I'm just kind of over it at this point in time. So I thank you guys very much for watching. I went on a little longer than I expected to, but I hope you guys can understand. Anyways, I thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'm just so sick of this fucking franchise, man. But I'm going to keep covering it for you guys. So stay tuned for the next one. See you later. Bye.